This was the face that launched 1,000 ships, the beauty that turned kings into warriors and peace into war, the woman whose presence could start a wildfire of empires. Helen of Troy, beauty, love, betrayal, and war. A myth or a warning from history? Helen was no ordinary woman. She was born from an egg. Yes, an egg. According to Greek mythology, Zeus, the king of the gods, seduced Queen Leda by taking the form of a magnificent swan. From their union, 2 eggs were laid. From one of those, Helen emerged, radiant, divine, destined for legend. Her beauty was described as celestial, but not only in her face. She walked like moonlight on waves, and when she turned, her curved hips and graceful posture could make even the gods forget their thrones. Greek poets didn't just speak of her face, they praised her entire form. Her figure, her movement, the subtle sway of her hips, all were said to possess a divine magnetism. In the Iliad, Homer described her as the very symbol of desire, her beauty not only seen but felt. She was so stunning that artists centuries later still chisel her image into marble with emphasis on her body's natural curvature, especially the hips and waist as a representation of feminine power and allure. Many great warriors and kings came to ask for Helen's hand. To avoid war among them, her stepfather made them all swear an oath. Whoever marries Helen will have our loyalty, but if she's ever taken, we will all go to war to bring her back. Helen chose Menelaus, the king of Sparta. She became the queen, but not for long. At a divine wedding, the goddess Eris threw a golden apple inscribed, "For the fairest." 3 goddesses claimed it: Hera, Athena, and Aphrodite. To settle the dispute, they chose Paris, the prince of Troy. Each goddess offered him a reward, but Aphrodite promised, "I will give you the most beautiful woman in the world, Helen." Paris accepted, and while destiny unraveled, Paris visited Sparta. Whether Helen went with him willingly or was abducted depends on which version of the myth you believe. But soon they sailed to Troy, and war followed. Menelaus invoked the oath of kings, and the greatest Greek warriors assembled. 1,000 ships, 100,000 men, 10 years of blood and ash. Achilles, Odysseus, Ajax, Agamemnon, the greatest heroes of their time, all went to Troy to reclaim one woman. And Helen, she stayed in Troy. Sometimes loved, sometimes hated. Some stories say she regretted her actions. Some say she still loved Paris, and some claim she was a mere pawn of the gods. After a decade of failed attacks, Odysseus devised a plan. A wooden horse, filled with Greek warriors, was left at Troy's gates. That night, as Troy celebrated what they thought was victory, well, the Greeks emerged, opened the gates, and the city burned. Troy fell, and Helen lived. Menelaus found her again. Some say he forgave her, too captivated by her beauty to kill her. Others say she was taken to Egypt during the war, and the Helen in Troy was a divine illusion. Another version claims she ended her days in Rhodes, where she was hanged by angry queens, but wherever she went, her name remained unforgettable. Helen is not just a myth. She is a symbol of irresistible beauty, of how desire can ignite empires, of the fine line between love and war. She remains the embodiment of divine femininity and its power, dangerous, magnetic, and legendary. In art, she is shown not only with a beautiful face, but with a figure that commands attention. Her hips, her walk, her silhouette were poetic weapons in a world ruled by swords. Helen, a woman whose beauty bent gods and broke men, whose hips swayed not just bodies but the course of history. The woman who started a war with her smile and ended an empire with her silence. Produced by From Caves to Modern Era. Voiceover options English, Urdu, Hindi. Subscribe for more ancient legends and mythical truths.